On top of protecting the lives and livelihoods of farmers and smallholders and enabling them to thrive in a changing climate, these approaches can have wider benefits for the areas in which they're situated. For instance, if farmers on city peripheries are under less pressure to sell their lands off to developers because their farms are now better protected and more profitable, then these lands can remain effective flood defense mechanisms for the cities they surround. And I think it's really this urban rural interconnectedness that's key for many of these bottom up actions to work. After all, a lot of the decision making on the resources happens in urban centers. To end with one tangible example of what local environmental organizing looks like in Serbia, I'd like to share a campaign that was launched last month in my hometown back in Serbia, which happens to be in one of the most flood prone regions in the country. With a river centered campaign, we started building a platform to empower people to take collective action when and if this is appropriate, but also to put pressure on authorities to do their part. Now, because we've identified the information gap between organizations that focus, say, on adaptation and building climate resilience and the people who really need the solutions they have to offer, we are at this stage focused on providing information about flooding, pollution, and the associated risks in a way that's meaningful and that people can connect to. We do that through social media campaigns, but also through interventions in public spaces, such as, for instance, this cool piece of street art we've recently had done. And later this month, we're also organizing a forum on Zoom, of course, to start talking about community-driven actions on pollution and flooding. Now, I've certainly learned a lot that can be applied to this particular initiative through the School of Climate Change, both through the lectures and through interacting with many of you. So I'd just like to say thank you, and I'm really excited to implement some more of these learnings and put them in practice.